welcome to episode 19. Yes. 19 of the Knitted Cupcake podcast. My name is Lacey, and I am the person behind this podcast, and today feels weird podcasting because the boyfriend's home. So he knows, kind of, maybe. I don't know if he knows exactly what it looks like that I'm doing, but now I totally understand what people are always saying when they say it feels weird podcasting with other people home. So we'll see how this goes today. Anyway, again, my name is Lacey. I'm the host of the podcast, and I would just like to say a huge welcome back to returning viewers. Thanks for spending some of your time out of your week with me, and the same to any new viewers who have joined me this week. I've noticed a bump in subscribers, and it's really cool to see that happen. So I never thought that I would see so many people be interested in what I'm doing and what I'm knitting and would want to hear me talk about those things. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoy. Sorry, reaching for my beverage here. Anyway, and if you don't enjoy what you see, that is fine. I won't take any offense to it. Move on, and I hope you find a podcast that you do enjoy. So with that, here's my little co-host here. He's kind of tired. Hi. This is Boris. Boris is my Boston Terrier puppy. He is now 15 weeks, 16 weeks, something like that. No. He's 4.5 months old. So 18 weeks, I think, is what that actually boils down to. And hi, bud. And it was fun to kind of go back through. I was looking at, he just ripped one. Oh, he stinks. He's kind of gassy. It happens. But the kind of screenshot from the first podcast he was on, he was much smaller, and I think he was only like 8 or 9 pounds, and now he's like 13.5 pounds. So he's getting bigger, and he's fun, but I think he's just going to hang on my lap today. We'll see. I have his little bed in here, so we'll see if he's going to stay nice and cozy down here, or if I'm going to have to put him away. In fact, I can adjust this just a little bit so you can kind of see him a little bit. Anyway, let's talk about places you can find me. Obviously, you found me here on YouTube. You can also find me on Instagram as @the.knitted.cupcake. You can find me on Ravelry as WOU Knitter. And I'm part of two burpee, sorry. Stop licking me. Part of 2 groups. I'm moderators 2 groups on Ravelry as well. The podcast group, which is the Knitted Cupcake podcast, as well as the Slow Ass Knitters Club. And again, as always, the word ass is spelled kind of funny and to be censored a little bit, to not offend anybody, but we still offend people. Whatever. And all of that would have been down below. So join in my Ravelry group, join the Slow Ass Knitters Ravelry group. There's always cals and giveaways going on. Chatter threads, introduction threads. I've got an Ask Me Anything thread. So jump in and be part of it all. I'm trying to get better about my activity levels on Ravelry. I haven't really improved much, I'll be honest, but I'm trying to get better. So yeah, let's jump in, because I'm gonna have to stand up, which is fine. Because I've got some things to show you today. I only have one finished object, but a ton of whips. And they're all socks. So this episode is all about the socks. I don't know what has gotten into me lately, but I want to cast on like 12 sweaters, and I want to knit all the socks. So I don't have any sweaters on the needle yet, but I have all of the socks on the needles right now. So I've got a lot going on. Let's talk about my one finished object. I'm so excited by this, guys, and I'm going to have to disrupt Boris and what he's doing, because I'm going to want to try it on to show you guys. Anyway, this is my So Faded sweater, and this is a pattern by Andrew Mowry. Let's see if I can, there we go. Now you can see the whole thing. And I knit this out of, did I tell you it was an Andrea Mowry pattern? I think I did. I knit this out of Mountain Colors in their Twizzlefoot base. And my colors are Gooseberry, Snowberry, Springberry, and Scarlet Berry. Obviously, I need to weave in my ends and block it still. But we've just got hit with some cooler weather here in the Northwest. I'm in Eastern Oregon, and it's supposed to jump back up into the 80s this week, so I'm not going to be wearing this anytime soon, at least not in the next week. So that's kind of my goal this week, is to get these ends woven in and blocked, so as soon as the weather is appropriate, I can wear it. But let me see if I can actually try this on for you, because... Hi, you gonna say hi? Because I want you guys to see what it looks like. Because it's awesome. I kind of think here, I don't think I really made any modifications. Maybe I'll edit this out. We'll see. So okay, so here is my sweater, and it is done. I'm gonna get some length out of it. I think when I block it, it's got just kind of not quite 3/4 length sleeves on it, but I absolutely love it. I think I was a little worried that the neck might be a little too big. Oh, he's crying. But once I put the ribbon on, it fit really nicely. So this is my finished object. And so as you can see, it's got some good positive ease in it. I mean, there's a lot. There's probably 4 inches of positive ease. And the underarm is a bit weird, but other people I've talked to said that their underarms had this kind of weird pucker weirdness going on, but I think it'll kind of block out and work out once I block it. So, but that is that. That's my So Faded sweater, guys, and I absolutely love it. And it's going to be so great for the fall. Maybe I'll just keep it on while I podcast. Because that's what we do, right? We wear... Oh, you can see all of my mess. I still have not fully unpacked. Those are things I don't know where to put. I don't have the storage for them. So they're just hanging out in my little, there we go, office space, waiting to go somewhere. So, yep, this is my So Faded sweater, and I love it. I love how it faded. I love how it fits. I love how soft the yarn is, and I can't wait to feel it once it's finally blocked, because it's going to be awesome. Okay, so yes, that is my one and only finished object. For how much time has gone on, and I feel like I say this every week, or at least every time I podcast, for as much time has passed, I don't feel like I have a lot to show you guys, but I've been putting in long hours at work, like 10 and 11 hour days, and that's at work, and I've got a 20-minute commute each way to and from. And then if I have to ever stop at the store or run errands, I mean, it just makes for really long days. And so I probably put in maybe 2 hours of knitting in the evenings, but it's really distracted knitting because I'm cooking or just looking on my phone and being a vegetable because I'm just tired. So I don't have as much knitting time as I used to, but I'm still not gonna slow down or stop me. Okay, I'm getting a little toasty. It's a little warm. Oofda. I can't get it off. Alright. So yeah. Oh, that's better. It's a little too warm to be wearing a shirt and my sweater. Anyway, so yeah, I've really haven't had as much knitting time as I have in the past. But that's okay, because it's still what I use in the evenings and the weekends to just decompress and chill out and all of that. So I'm going to try to stop fussing with my shirt. I don't like what's happening right there. I don't know. It's okay. It's just a big loose shirt. So I should just get over it. Continue on. Next up, I have some hose and mohos because neither one is technically completely halfway done. So they're really like mostly half objects. So a moho works for me. Works for me, in the words of Stephen West. The first one is one that you've seen, and it is my Seahawk sock. And I am digging my lighting setup. I've got some natural light coming in, and then I have a little lamp over here that has one of the bright white lights, LED lights, so it's acts as natural light and doesn't distort the color. So I think I finally figured out my lighting. Natural daylight with a little boost of a lamp, because the window starts above my head. So it kind of, anything down here is darker. Let's continue on with the knitting, shall we? But yeah, so this is my Seahawk sock. And you can see, it's hard to tell, but I have my little markers showing where I'm going to do my cut in Kirby Werby heel. So I did these from the top down, or cuff down. And so I'm still figuring out this whole backward screen business. So this stitch marker here is my, wines from the doggo. My stitch marker, my little treat box from Lindsay from Simply Serving HK on Etsy. And this is part of the Wheezing Wizards something or other kit that her and Jen from the Perfect Stitch Fibre Company and Lynn from Sunshine and Bubblegum, they created this amazing kit for our Harry Potter Yarnaholics knit along that those three makers, as well as myself and Jenny from Lucky Jenny Knits, are co-hosting. And so the more Harry Potter that you have in a project, the more entries you get. And obviously I can't win a prize, which is a bummer because I would really love to win all the prizes. What do you need, bud? Oh, you're just a little whiner today. But yeah, so that stitch marker is where I was last week. And then, or last time I podcast, and then I did a little bit, and then during last week's football game, I finished this sock, and I promptly misplaced the 9-inch circular that I was using to knit it, and I don't know where it went, so I couldn't cast on the second one. My couch ate it, and I can't figure out where in the couch it disappeared to. So that's what the second stitch marker is, and that is a little beer bottle from Knitty by Nature, Melissa. So, and I just was digging around in her shop a little bit last night, and she does have that marker in her shop. So, and she's really awesome and helped me create like my own little kit and package of markers. So go through her shop and find a series of stitch markers you like, and maybe she'll put it together in a little set for you. So check her out. I love Melissa's markers. I also love Lindsay's little clay markers. I think the detail in them is just awesome. Oh, we're adjusting. He may have to go outside. He may not last much longer. Bummer. I don't know if I said what this was. This is Cascade Heritage Prints in the Seattle colorway, or color 39, and I still have a bunch of this left. So I don't think I'm going to do a contrasting heel. I think I'll just do a bullseye, stripy heel. But yeah, I need to find my 9-inch circular so I can cast on the second sock and work on that. My next mofo It is so close to being done. So close to being done. This is a test knit for the amazing Tabby from the Hey Sister podcast and Hey Sister Yarn Co. And this is a new sock pattern that she has been working on designing and was finally able to get it out to testers a couple weeks ago. And it's due tomorrow. I'll have one sock done. So, and I've given her some feedback and will you stop licking the yarn? Will you stop licking the yarn? Where are you going? What are you doing? Do you want down? Do you want in your bed? Are you going to go to your bed? We'll see what happens. Okay, he is outside doing his little thing. So that was it for Boris on this episode. Anyway, so these are a test knit for Tabby of the Hey Sister podcast and Yarn Co. And these are her Wonderland Socks. And I am probably 4 or 5 rows from being done. I'm on the cuff. I want to finish my lighter color yellow stripe and then do my bind off in the red. So I'm really close because I can kind of see I am just did my first row in the lighter yellow stripe. So again, Wonderland Socks. The yarn is from Eat, Sleep, Knit in the Assistant to the Regional Manager colorway, which is a yarn that I kind of challenged her to dye. I came up with a color inspiration photo based off of Dwight Schrute from The Office. And this is what she came up with, and I love it. And I wish I didn't grab my tag with it, but she has each of these colors named. And I can't remember what they are, but it came with a contrasting red, like beet color for heels, toes, and cuffs. And so what I have really liked about this pattern is how the slip stitches carry up into the cuff as well. So it just makes it really, I don't want to say seamless because it's a cuff, so there's going to be a difference, but I just don't feel like you see that very often, that the pattern on the sock carries into the cuff. So I thought that was a really cool little detail that Tabby added. Please don't mind my nails. I lost my pointers are having some issues. I'm hoping to get them done tomorrow. But yeah, so I am thinking she'll probably publish this pattern in the next week or so, considering the deadline for her testers is tomorrow, Monday, the 25th. So yeah, I just out of my own foolishness, the foot of the sock is about a 1/2 inch too long for my foot. So what I may do is do a little bit of surgery and take the toe, cut the toe off, and then Kitchener it back on at this darker mustard color, just to make it fit my foot again. But that's not a pattern flaw. That was my own little stupidness in how I measured my foot and not taking into account the larger, to accommodate for the slip stitches, taking in the sock and not having it be as stretchy. Tabby figured this all out, and it's awesome. She has you cast on more stitches than you typically do, which made me a little nervous at first because it's a lot more stitches than I typically cast on. And this is a little paper airplane progress keeper that I made. The Office, it just seemed to fit for me. And so I didn't take into account that the larger stitch count around meant that I would have more more rounds on my Fish Lips Kiss heel to make that a larger heel. And I think that's what made it just a slightly too big in length sock. So, and she even gives you math and numbers for figuring out when to put in your heel, which I don't think I paid attention to because I just went, oh yeah, I know how to do this. I know when to put in my heel. Apparently not. So keep an eye out for this pattern. Again, I think it looks really, really fun in self-striping yarns. It's just one of those patterns that helps the vanilla be a little less vanilla. But again, I don't have to pay attention to this super closely to follow along with. So great, great, great pattern, Tabby. Congratulations. I'm really excited to see this go live and see how well it does. So, oh, I forgot one of my things that I got. I don't have to show it off necessarily, but I did originally get this in a gobstopper, but I had a little issue with the pattern at first, and so I had to take out about that much worth of stripes to rip it out and start the sock over. And that actually was kinky then. I didn't want to fuss with the kinky yarn, so I just rewound the gobstopper ball into a cake, and then all the kinky stuff is in the center and I'm working from the outside. So, which I don't normally do, but I kind of like it because it keeps everything nice and neat rather than pulling from the middle and it turns into this mess. So I either need to get a ball sack for my center pull skeins, or I just need to keep pulling from the outside because I like how clean and nice the cake stays. So I may be converting to a outside pull person, which is weird because I've always been like dead set on center pull yarns. So go figure. So that is, sorry, adjusting it for my hose and mofos. Mofos? No. Mohos. What am I drinking today? It's a Sunday afternoon. And I'm drinking. Who cares? Right? So I am drinking Ace Pineapple Craft Cider. I think it's delicious. It's pineapple, but it's not like a tart pineapple. It's a sweet pineapple flavor. And I'm a big fan of it. And I think, yeah, it's a combination of pineapple and apple cider. And I think that's what helps cut back on the tartness. But I'm a fan of it. So there we go. There's what I'm drinking on today. Let's dive into my whips. So 2 socks, just talked about. I now have 3 more socks to talk about. I have so many socks on my nails. I didn't even realize it, guys. It's a bit crazy. I need to finish, like, all of them. Just get them off the needles. Because I'm starting to get bored. I need change. I need to put a shawl or a hat. Ooh, maybe I'll do a hat because then I can get that done. Or it'll just be different. I have a stack of new yarn sitting over here. And one of them maybe turn into a hat because it's so cool. So anyway, we'll talk about that a little later. Let's continue on with whips. Shall we? We shall. Okay. So continuing from last time, I am still working on my Hogwarts House Cup socks. And these are a somewhat super secret knit. Maybe they figured it out by now. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if this person watches the podcast or not. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, the lighting is so much better on these. Let me just stuff my hand in there. Oh, this is the one that I've had to do some color management in. Anyway, so this is the Hogwarts House Cup sock pattern by Andrea Paquin, Paquin. It's all down here. And I am knitting this out of Patton's Croy in the Brown Rose Marl colorway. Which, when I went to go look up and just find the text on my last podcast, I realized only half of what I edited saved. I don't know what the deal is lately. 2 episodes it uploaded my unedited podcast. This last one uploaded only half of it, which means it still didn't do any of the really cool editing that I did. So it's just frustrating. Anyway, so with this sock, this is a part of a cowl. Maybe I'll talk. I don't want to talk about it right now, because that's part of the super secretness of it, is what cowl it's a part of. But I'm doing obviously a 2 at a time, toe up. But I am also having to do. Let me turn the sock inside out because this is the one that has it all. Because I want these stripes to match up so nicely, I've had to do some serious color management. So I've got, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 times on this sock I've had to pull color to start the next stripe sooner because it was already onto that color in the other sock. So I have a lot of ends to weave in, which is fine. But I want these to be absolutely perfect and the best that they can be for the person that they're for. So there's these. I've got it marked where I want to put in my heel. I'm going to be using the Curvy Wurvy Afterthought heel. And I can't decide if I want to do this color on the toe or this color here. I have that in just a solid skein. I can't decide what I want to do yet for the heels. But yeah, I think that I love these colors. I'm really glad that I'm only doing the pattern on the top or the front of the sock. It's getting wonky. Why are you getting wonky? There we go. Because you can see the stripes on this side. But I think because the stripe colors are light enough, I think it shows the cable patterns really nicely. But yeah, so there's these socks. I want to do, I think, probably 1 or 2 more stripes. So I'll do at least 1 more light pink stripe and possibly 1 more dark pink stripe before I do the cuff. Kind of depends how long I want to make the leg. We shall see, but I'm getting there. I should be able to have these done by next weekend if I just sit down and focus, and these take priority, and they kind of do right now. Sorry, I noticed that the living room got really quiet. So it's weird, it's awkward. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, okay. So yes, Hogwarts House Cup socks. And these are being housed in my Harry Potter project bag from Lynn of Sunshine and Bubblegum. And again, there's her tag. Awesome royal purple and gold sparkle inside. And look at the sparkle on the W. She hand stenciled these. I don't know. I love it. I also think that I'm a convert for drawstring bags. I love them. I love that I don't have to worry about the yarn getting snagged on zippers. And I love my zipper project bags. I really do. But I have most of my zipper project bags are totally fine because I can fold them down and kind of pull the zipper out of the way from the yarn that's getting pulled out of the bag. But one of my favorite bags is so stiff it can't fold down like that. He walked by. So I'm always worried about yarn getting snagged on that. Yeah. My next one is another one that I've seen, and this is a project bag that won't fold down, but I love it so much. I just love it. So again, this bag is from Megan of Little Fish Stitches, and in it are just some plain vanilla socks. And I was bad and I didn't put a marker where I was last week because I'm a bad podcaster like that. But they've definitely grown. I just love these colors so much. Look at that. They're so pretty. So this is all tangled. Alexandra's Crafts in her Chelsea colorway, which is just rainbow gloriousness. This is what I don't like about center pole balls. It's all weird like that. And what's weird, that one isn't really, it's getting pulled out the bottom, but the top is flat. I don't know. But I, again, am doing these 2 at a time. I've got my markers in for where I'm going to put my Kirby Werby Afterthought heels. And I'm really doing that on these because this is a cashmere base. And so if I wear through the heel, I can replace the heel. And I think I'm going to try to find a contrasting color that isn't cashmere to put in for the heel, just to give it a little more durability. And I'm knitting these on my US Ones High Sharps 40-inch cable. And I still like the Highas. I'm still liking my Chow Goose. I don't think I've decided whether or not I have a preference of one over the other. But yeah, so let's see here. If you can see that, I will probably knit to about here. So I've got, probably 3-4 inches until I do the ribbing. So these are just a great vanilla, easy to work on in the car. That's what I worked on. Actually, from the point of the heel up is what I worked on going to and from Costco yesterday. But yeah, let's look at. I'm going to do a little investigation, see what's in my little pog tote. Oh, that's where those double points went. And a needle. Okay. But this is my little Boston Terrier Notions pouch from Pog Totes. It's got a great little clasp so you can clip it inside, outside of a bag. So that just is living in there. Okay. My last work in progress will lead me into acquisitions, which I was bad. I have a pile of acquisitions. What are you gonna do? Anyway, so this is, so you can tell by the little squiggly of my yarn that it's being worked off a sock blank. Sorry, hearing things in the background. I don't know why that is so low. And I am doing a pair of Hermione's Everyday Socks. So you can kind of see the texture. I can't quite tell if it's worth it or not, but I'm this far in, so I'm going to keep doing it. And these, I probably should have done on a 0 because it's a 64 stitch pattern. But I just had my ones handy. So these are on my US Ones, Chow Goo, 40-inch red lace. And so this is how the sock blank is knitting out. But let's talk about the sock blank. So this is from Joyance. Joyance? I don't really know how to say it right. Fibre Arts on Etsy. Actually, she has a website, but I know I ordered this off Etsy, so maybe her website directs you to Etsy. Some websites do that. And it's a 75/25, and she calls her sock blanks a stranded knitograph, and it's a double knit, and it is called a Wicked Knit Night in her burgundy color. She had a burgundy and a teal, and I got the burgundy because I don't have enough purple in my life right now. But look at this. Can you even? I mean, look at. How cool. I don't know what way I'm going here. Let's do this. There we go. Look at. Okay, so this is also, I'm totally calling this a double dipping in a few different cows. So because it's Halloween and she has her little pumpkin basket and their little jack-o'-lantern pumpkin faces and the moon, I'm saying this counts for the pumpkin make-along that Joanna and Gabby are hosting. And she's got pumpkin colored hair. So I'm knitting along for that, as well as our own Harry Potter Yarnaholics knit along because it's witchy. But look at, she's a Gryffindor. She's totally a Gryffindor, and I'm a Gryffindor. So this is just making my day. I love this sock blank so much. Look at the cat on it. I mean, it's stunning. This is a stunning, stunning, stunning sock blank. So, and it's knitting up so nicely, and it's double knit, so that's why it feels squishy, but even the socks themselves being a 75-25 base, it feels nice and plump and squishy, and again, that's how it's knitting up. So I'm really excited about them, and if I'm just a few stitches off for them to match up perfectly, but I think it's fine. So I'm going to keep working on these, and it came with, and I need to just add this to it. So this is another one of her cards. This is actually the label that the sock blank came in, and I got it, and that night, I mean, literally 30 minutes after I opened it up, I sat down and cast it on, because I needed to. So it came with, she sent a really cute little sheepy stitch marker or progress keeper, and that is going to just get tucked on right now and it's actually my first stitch marker with a big earring back like that, and I liked it. That was easy to put on. So now I have this one marked so I know where it was. Yeah, so there's that one. And that is it as far as whips go. But that leads me more into acquisitions. I was a yarn pig, guys. I was a total yarn pig. And some of them are clubs that I ordered back in August, so it's not like I bought them this month, but they still came, and I still bought more yarn. And I'm still buying more yarn. So, oops. So the first one I got was this one, I think. And I got this, I think, right after, oh, that's getting so blown out. It's bright, but it's not quite that bright. But this is the Mixed Drinks Club color for September from Amy of Indigo Color Company. And I love her label. I think it's so cool. And this one is called Cougar Bait. And yeah, I love it. I mean, I'm a pink girl. I like pink. I have a lot of pink yarn in my stash right now, which is really weird because I typically am drawn to more like jewel tones, purples, teals, that kind of a thing. But I have a lot of really bright yarns in my stash. So yeah. So there's this one, which is really fun. Next, I got, I can't remember. I think it was this one. A couple weekends ago, I drove up to Washington to be with my family and watch the Huskies play. And on my way to my family on the coast, I stopped at Black Sheep Yarn in Olympia, and I picked up this. Look at that. So pink yarn and rainbow yarns are flooding my stash right now. And so this yarn is from Life with String, and she's based out of Port Orchard, Washington. And this color is, what was it? Taste the Rainbow, which, yeah. I'm going to undo this one because it's a 75-25, and I can feel, oh, look at that. Look at that. It's so cool. I can feel that it's more of a wool base. But it's not scratchy. It's just not as soft as some of the other merinos, but it's still really nice. And I feel like this is going to make a really tough, hard-wearing pair of socks. So that is probably what this skein will become. But it's so pretty. I love this skein. Yeah. I guess I don't have a whole lot to talk about my acquisitions, which is fine. I'll just show them off. This is what I bought. This is what I'm spending all my money on. It's okay. I love it. I always think it's weird reskating on camera. It's like the pressure's on. Can I do it pretty? Can I make the label fit again? Can I? Maybe. Yes. Ta-da! So yeah, Life with String. And she does have a website, so I'll have all of that down below. Next up, I think it was this one. Maybe. Actually, I'm going to save that for the last because it ties into prices. This is another club color. So I think everybody should have this now. I mean, I've totally just showed it because I've had it for a week or so. But this is the Harry Potter Club color from Teeny Button Studio for September. So if you, for whatever reason, don't have it, look away because I'm going to show it. And here it is. Again, it's so, I mean, this is a bright skein, but it is getting, it's a little better. Yeah, that's a little better. Maybe I should have just podcasted without that light this whole time. I don't know. But yeah, this is, I always want to hold hers upside down for whatever reason. So Teeny Button Studio, Harry Potter Yarn Club. I love that she's got special labels for this. And stickers. And this is called Puffle of Puffskins. So it's the little, oh, why can't I think of what they're called now? But the little pink fluffy, hold please.
Can I help you? You've got a double. Come here, double. Oh.
Force it out. Pygmy Puffs, I think is what they were called. This is such, it's got some really cool, so it's a pretty bright pink base. We've got some teal, bright fuchsia, some orange speckles. It's a cool skein. I'm really excited to knit this up. I don't know what it'll become. Probably not a hat, because I'm a pretty pink person as it is. I don't need anything else to help pull the pink out of my skin, so it will probably be socks. Maybe tie into a shawl. We'll see. But that's this one. Does that smell good? Yeah? Okay. Next. Oh, I'm so excited about this one. So, Janine from Yarn and You, I completely blame you. A, because it's your yarn, and B, like the last yarn I purchased from you, you showed it on your podcast, and I immediately stopped the podcast and went to your shop and bought it because I needed it right then and there. And so, I don't know how I missed her showing it on her Instagram, because it was shown on her Instagram a couple days prior. And I really liked one of her other skeins, and I commented on it and said that it was really cool. But when she showed this one on her podcast, I went, oh my god, I need it. Those are my colors. Those are lacy in a skein of yarn. So, can I help you? What do you stop? And so this one, I was so excited that it was still in her shop. Like, I was worried that people would have snatched it up already. Look at it. Ah, how cool is that? This is called Scrap Heap, and she calls this her Jazzy Tweed sock base, and it's because it has a rainbow neps in it, and I think that they play so fun with this jewel tone yarn. Look at that tealy blue with a kind of rusty copper and purpley pink. I mean, it is a very, very, very cool color. And I think she even said she liked it enough after she was done. She didn't like it in the pot, and when she got done, she really liked it. She was going to try to recreate it, and I really hope that happens because more people need this yarn. So Janine, get on it, figure it out, because I may even need another skein of this in my life. But yeah, so a Scrap Heap. I'm sorry, I have the only one right now, but maybe, just maybe, you can get your hands on the skein later. And it's really cute. So when she sends it this little packet. It's got her business card, a little square stitch marker, and then a little sample packet of soak which I wonder which one I got. Does it say? No. So let's just open that up and see which soak sample I got. Because I'm just about out of mine. I need to get some more. Oh, cute. Too fun. This is the lacy one, which is spelled different from my way of spelling it, but that's cute. I don't know if you did that on purpose, Janine, but hey, I'll take it. Last but not least in my pile of acquisitions is from Tristan of Dragon Hoard Yarn. And this one, she had a shop update and she'd shown this color in one of the episodes before that, saying it was going to be in the update. And I was like waiting with bated breath for this update because I wanted this yarn. And so I got there and it wasn't there. And I was like, no, it's sold out already. And I commented on, I think, an Instagram photo, and she went, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to put it in. And I think that was the day that she had one of her Harry Potter clubs go up. And I think that like sent her site into a panic. And people were getting jacked, and she was all crazy with all the business she was getting, which is really cool, but she just forgot to have this one go live as well. And it is her pumpkin spice latte color. And I think it is so fun. I think it's a lot brighter than a lot of other pumpkin spice colors, which is fun. Oh, dude. Yeah, that was you. You stink. You should be embarrassed. Be glad you're not here, guys. Stop. Anyway. So yeah, this is her pumpkin spice. And let me tell you, her yarn is so squishy. And it's her fluffy sock base, and boy, is she right. It's her 75-25. And that's crazy for a 75-25 to be so squishy. This, because again, I can't do oranges and yellows by my face. So I think this is probably going to be a pair of socks as well. This might be either the Rhinebeck is Calling socks or the Clark socks even, because it is really mostly tonal with just a few kind of, are those black or brown? Oh, I guess there's some different colors in there. There's some brown, some green, some orange. They're different color flecks, different color speckles. But for the most part, it's pretty tonal. So I think it would look really good in either of those patterns because they are textured socks. But along with this skein, she sent, let's do a little movie here, this skein. And this is a prize for the Harry Potter cowl. And it is so cool. I love it. So they're upside down again. There's her new labels. I love her new labels. I think they're so cute. And this is Madame Puttyfoot's Tea Shop colorway. And the mauve, purple, burgundy. Are you good? Are you good? Nope. Tones in this yarn just, it's so nice. It is such a gorgeous color. So this is one price. Let's refresh you on the other prices I have. I have the Teeny Button Studios Magical Me on her Shimmer Shock base. Shimmer Sock base. I have from Bad Wolf Girl Studios, the Padfoot colorway, and this is available in her shop. I don't know why I didn't think it was, but you can see it's got just some light kind of khaki tan tones as well as grays. So there's these. And then I have my sets of minis from the Sexy Knitter. I have, what is it? Zonko's Joke Shop is kind of the more green, and the more purpley pink are Wizard Candy. So these are 4 prizes that I have. I know Jenny from Lucky Jenny Knits has two or three prizes and more coming. We've got prizes from the makers that teamed with us for this knit along. So we have a ton of prizes coming in, and actually I am the most recent guest on Jenny's Knitting with Friends that I believe just went live this morning. So go check that out. We talk more about the cowl there, as well as she shows off the prizes that she has. So yeah, again with the yarn, it's hashtag HP Yarnaholics Cal, K-A-L, and the more Harry Potter, the more entries you get. So if it's just a Harry Potter yarn, that's 1 entry. But if it's a Harry Potter yarn and a stitch marker, that's 2 entries. Yarn, stitch marker, pattern, bag, 4 entries. So the more Harry Potter you have in this project, I just spit, the more prizes, the more entries you get. So we have a few FOs in the FO thread in Jenny's podcast group. There's a little bit of chatter going on in my group, but we are hoping that this thing can grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. So jump in, double dip. There's other Harry Potter cowls going on. There's sweater cowls. There's just and it doesn't have to be exactly this is a Harry Potter yarn. Because, I mean, obviously I am totally cheating with these ones because I said, hey, that's totally Dolores Umbridge in a yarn because it's so pink. So that, if you did that yarn with that reasoning and a stitch marker and a bag and the pattern, that's 4 entries. So we have like I said, tons of prizes. We are really, really stoked about this knit along. So come join us, come knit with us, check out our Knitting with Friends that Jenny posted on her YouTube channel. And yeah. And so speaking of prizes, I have a prize to give away. And it has been a long time coming, and I'm so sorry. So this is my 250 subscriber giveaway, which I'm now up to 325 subscribers. So 300 subscriber giveaway, maybe? I don't know. But this is a bag from Janine from Yarn and You. It has a skein of DK weight yarn from Little Fish Stitches. And it has a set of 3 stitch markers from Be Easy by LB on Etsy. And let me pull up, I didn't do this before, so we're going to do this live on the podcast. So I'm going to pull up the thread on Ravelry, and I am going to use some random number generator, i.e. Siri, and we are going to pick a winner right here, right now. What are you looking at? Do you want down, or are you just going to hang out here? Oh, we got one more last entry. So I better lock this. Let's lock it really fast. Locked, save changes. And we have 26 posts. So I'm going to go 2 through 26. Pick a number between 2 and 26.
That would be 22.
Yay! Let's look at that. Who is 22? That is J. Kareen 32, who is Juliana from Portland. I don't have to ship this very far. That's really cool. So, Juliana, send me a message on Ravelry with your full name, address, and I will hopefully get this in the mail this next week. I'm bad. Like I said, the post office, if not, well, I'm out of town next weekend. Just give me your contact information, mailing address, all that jazz, and I will get it out to you as soon as I can. Deal? Deal. Awesome. So yay, that's so exciting. So I don't know when I'm going to do my next subscriber giveaway or anything like that. But just keep an eye out because giveaways are going to happen. And speaking of giveaways, I'm really bad. And I never opened up a thread for the Victorian Yuletide ornaments from Jen Shalene or the Exa shawl from Janine of Yarn and You. So maybe third time's a charm, because this is now the third podcast that I've mentioned the Exa shawl and given away the Exa shawl and not opened a thread. So maybe I can actually do that today. You think? So jump on over there and check out whatever the prompt is. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Who would you gift the ornaments to, and maybe what colors would you knit the Exa shawl in? How about that? I'm going to make you get pictures, though, of the colors, because I want to see them. Yeah, I think those will be my prompts. So go on, jump on the podcast group, check those out. I just do have some more acquisitions and some cool mail. So I am part of the Pen Pal Cal that is being hosted by Jenny of Lucky Jenny Knits and Candy from Foster Stitches, and I think this is probably one of the coolest Cals I've ever participated in, because I got to meet and have been chatting with and interacting with Mirha. I don't know if that's how you say your name. I'm so sorry. I can't pronounce anything that isn't English without sounding just silly. So, but she's in Finland, which is really cool because I have Finnish heritage, hence the insanely blonde hair. This is my natural hair color, and the really white pink skin. But she is a knitting speedster and knit and finished a pair of socks for me. I just about cried when I opened these yesterday, because at first I was like, oh, so, she did stripes, and they're jogless stripes, and that's a lot, and they fit like a dream. And then I opened them up and noticed the heel has Intarsia heart on them. Are you kidding me? And that, in her little note, said that was the first time the first time she's done Intarsia. And she did that for me. I love them. These are so special. These are not going to be probably ever worn in shoes. They're just going to be wear around the house and keep my feet warm. In fact, I want to put them on my feet right now because they're kind of cold. And then she sent me a whole slew, I only have one of them, of tees that have little Moomins on them. And I don't even know Moomin. I mean, I know of Moomin, obviously, because I knew it was Moomin, but I just know that he's kind of associated with Finland. So I was really excited to get Moomin tees. And I've got like 5 or 6 of them that I'm really excited to try. So that just, all the warm fuzzies with this Pen Pal Cal. And unfortunately, it's too late to sign up for it now, but I'm hoping that Jen and Candy continue this every year, because I love my Pen Pal right now, and I'm hoping that we maintain our friendship after this Cal ends in December. But I would love to have another new Pen Pal for next year and have another new friend, international or local. I don't really know. But that was really exciting. Happy Mail Day. As well as, I'm totally going off script here and out of order. Yeah, I totally missed a ton of acquisitions. So those came from my Pen Pal. And then I have also jumped on the cross stitch train. So I have 3 awesome cross stitches that can you not chew on that? Thanks. That I'm really excited to start on. And this one was the first one that I bought and seems to be the simplest. And so should be the one that I start on. I did a lot of cross stitch when I was a kid. My mom did a ton of cross stitch. And so I know how to do it. This is the one I really want to do, but it's pretty intricate. but I liked that it was the negative space that said the words, and I think the colors in it are really pretty. But then I think this may be actually the first one I do, because I think he's only supposed to be like 4 inches tall. Oh no, he's like 6 inches. So like 6.5 inches tall, 4 inches wide. So he's decent size. So probably about the size of this actually. And so I bought this awesome little purple hoop at Walmart, because that's what you do, right? Because the 2 larger ones didn't come with a hoop. This one came with everything, and I think that's really cute. So I may slow my roll on the knitting tonight and do some cross stitch, because I'm really itching to get that started. So there's those acquisitions, and then I think that's it. I think, yeah. So a little bit of chit chat. Like I said, work, life has been just nutty. It's been insane. It's been busy, long hours, but I'm trying to get everything organized and set up and figured out before I get too crazy with grad school, which is starting on Monday, and which sent me into like school supply shopping mode this morning. I've got those sitting. We're at my new desk, which is really exciting. I've got a lamp now. I've got notebooks. I guess this would be a fun acquisition too, but look at, guys, I got a Erin Condren life planner, and I love it. And I love it because it looks like it's embroidered. Excuse me, why are you crying? Why are you? Oh, you can see it's total brindle butt. Look at that. Brindle butt. So I'm hoping that this is going to help keep my life organized. I did the vertical layout. So I'm excited to break this in. I've added some stickers because it came with stickers and I love stickers. So I put those throughout. I don't know what I'm doing here. I bought a whole pack of pens. I'm taking 3 classes this quarter. So I picked up some new notebooks, because I like to keep notes for different classes in different places. But with this being all online, I don't know what the note taking looks like, so maybe I won't need them all and just one will be fine. I don't know. But yeah, so I've got grad school starting on Monday, so I think that's really going to cut back on my knitting time, which is a big bummer. But I'm just going to have to kind of make that a priority, and because that's kind of my self-care. That's what keeps me sane and all that. But I think we're about an hour, so I think it's time for me to sign off. And yeah, with that, I will see you guys hopefully again in 2 weeks. I'm out of town this next weekend, so definitely not next weekend, but I'd like to maintain a bi-weekly podcast. I know it's been more monthly as of late, and I don't know. I don't like the monthly podcast. I have time to knit things, but I don't know. We'll see. So be sure to subscribe if you want to be clued into when I podcast next. So subscribing doesn't mean that you get notifications. If you want a notification, though, hit the little bell icon, and then you'll get a little ding. So you'll get a little ding the next time I podcast and see this little guy. So thanks for joining me this week, and thanks for spending some time. And I'm really bad at signing off, so I'm just going to say bye and see you next time. Bye.